Well, after pulling over, stopping the cameras, I decided that the next set of roads I'm doing is going to be really neat too. Okay, so we're headed to Brasstown Bald, highest point in Georgia, 4,000. Might actually be over 5,000. It's just shy of a mile, as I recall. Anybody behind me? Ooh, pretty view. The reason why Brasstown is called Brasstown Bald is because the top was cleared. Mountains with no trees on top are called balds. Makes sense. It would be over to our right. One of those, I'm not sure which one. Might be behind those. Back in the early to mid 70s when I was, well, I guess it would be mid 70s, 74, 75. Summer breaks from college, I would work as a summer camp counselor at YMCA resident camps. The kind of camps where kids come and stay for a week or two. And it didn't pay squat, but it was a lot of fun. And one of them that I was at two times, once in summer 74 and summer 76, was up ahead here. It's now a recreational retreat type of area. But it was called Atlanta YMCA's Camp Pioneer back then. And we'll be going by it. You won't be able to see much from the road. Maybe a sign. Of course, it won't say Camp Pioneer anymore. It'll say whatever the name of it is now. I don't remember. But this area. So anyway, I got to really explore this area back then. And when you get off the road and get back in the woods and find trails, there's a lot of logging trails, old logging trails, back from probably the early part of the 20th century when they did a lot more logging back then. And the trails remain, and it's just really beautiful, really neat. Lots of wildlife, lots of mountain streams, just beautiful. But it's not easy to get off of these roads and get back in there. You just have to do it. Then you're rewarded with all these gems. Now this is part of I believe, the Chattahoochee National Forest. So aside from some privately held, owned land here and there, this is all national forest. So, for the most part, you can just get out and walk through it and not worry about it, worrying about whether you're trespassing or not. The Appalachian Trail also goes through here. And today's the first day of June. And how sad to see May go. I don't know why. I just love the month of May. It's like, sort of like spring, but sort of you feel summer starting to come on a little bit. And it's just, I don't know. I just love May, the month of May. Not too hot, not too cold. Another reason is that's always, the early part of May, late April is when we plant our garden. So, I love seeing those plants starting to grow. Our tomato plants some of them are really taking off. I mean, last year we had some tomato plants that I swear got over 8 feet tall. We had a heck of a time figuring out how to hold them up. And, man, some of those tomato plants this year are off to a roaring start. There's a sign, and there's the turn. How in the world did I miss that? Wait. Man, they couldn't have made it plainer if they'd had a clown in a yellow jumpsuit jumping up and down, waving his arms. This way to Brasstown Bald, and I would have still gone right by it, I bet. Oh, there is a fee. $5, 16 and up. I mean, you can go up and park in the parking lot, not pay anything. But you know, if you want to go up to the observation deck, you have to pay. I think that's the way it works. It's sort of like an honor system. They have a box, I think, and at least that's the way I think it used to be. You just put your money in. I think. And I don't do shout outs enough, and I apologize for that because there's so many of you guys I love watching, and I'm going to try to really make a point of remembering at least one shout out in every video. But let me start off with one. Let me start out small. Don't mean to snub anybody else that's not mentioned. I'll get around to mentioning you. But one person that I just recently found out about is, I think it's Jose KLR 650, something like that. I'll put a link in the description box, and he's in El Salvador, and he's a funny, crazy guy. And so check him out if you haven't already. And I mean, seriously, how many motovloggers you know in El Salvador? Huh? I didn't know any. So he does a really good job of just sort of showing us what it looks like down there, and you know, his wonderful sense of humor is just a real bonus. Brasstown Bald. We'll get there eventually. This is a steep incline. My ears are popping. I wish I could remember exactly how tall it is. There's the peak. See the observation tower? That's it. That's what we're heading for. It's going to be a nice little exercise to hike from the parking lot up to that observation tower. But I've been walking at least a mile every day for the last couple weeks. So I'm in better shape than I was. I've still got a long way to go. But I hope someday to be a much slimmer, prettier Moto Rick. Who knows? Maybe I'll start modeling motorcycle gear with my new figure. That was a nice switchback. Woo! I gotta shake the numbness out of my fingers. When things get really twisty like this, I don't know about you, but I tend to get a death grip on the handlebars, and that causes my fingers and my hands to go numb. And somebody taught me that, you know, what the racers do is they just use their knees. They use their knees to grip hard onto the gas tank, and then that allows them to relax their upper body more. Or they can just have a nice light grip. Oh dear. Hello. $5. $5, even for a motorcycle, huh? Okay.
Yeah. What kind of bike is that?
It's a Yamaha FC8. I'm sorry if I don't hear you real good. I got earplugs in, you know, for the wind noise, but I can hear you. What if I was one of these athletes who rode a bicycle? Do they pay?
No.
Oh, that would be a nice ride, wouldn't it? Can you imagine coming up that road?
I don't think so. I don't think that'd be fun at all.
I don't either. I was on the Richard Russell's Scenic Highway, and I saw some there.
You're going to see them all over.
I was seeing if I might have 5 ones. I think I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Thank you.
That includes the shuttle bus.
I'm sorry?
The shuttle bus.
Uh-huh.
You meet it at the corner of that building.
Is that included in this?
Yep.
Okay, great. Whew, I haven't been up here in years. I'm going to shoot some video from up top. I remember what an awesome view it was.
Yeah, I noticed you got a GoPro shooting in the back. What kind of camera is that in front?
This one's drift. Drift and GoPro are probably the two most, common, most popular, best, whatever. But
Well,
yeah, this is a great
they're not
camera.
that
This is a great
expensive,
camera.
you know?
I just had to have one of each. He's a nice guy. I was a little annoyed that I had to pay as a motorcyclist, but I'm not real surprised. But I don't know if you could hear what he was saying, but he was asking me questions about my bike and what it was and how big the engine was and stuff like that. And just, just a nice, friendly guy. I think I'll park, yeah. I'll park somewhere that's not too hard to get out of. Here we are at the base of the the parking lot where you ride up to right here. Shuttle's going to come and pick us up and take us up to the observation tower. Okay, here I am at the base of the observation deck. Just got off the shuttle bus. And I'm going to walk up the stairs and show you what it's like from up there.
I can't forget the day you left me. I tried to smile, but instead I cried. I couldn't hold my tears no longer the moment you told me goodbye. My bright-eyed darling, you know I love you. I'll always be faithful and true. For tonight, you're miles away. I want you back, honey, I'll be true.